Your racket is moving at the fastest when you get it right here into the forward swing. You can hear it.
Yeah, it looks like you're breaking your wrist.
The deceleration. Breaking the wrist?
Go slow.
I'm going cross court. My eyes will look like unit turn, left arm, stretch, racket goes into the hitting arm position. I'm watching the ball into contact.
45, 45.
Right about there. Yeah.
Right.
And now if I'm going cross court, it will be slightly adjusted forward.
Okay.
If I'm going inside out, it'll be slightly adjusted back.
Okay.
You see that?
Right.
And the contact zone, the hitting arm position is not going to be different. It's not going to be like more here for cross court. It's just too much of a reach. So it's such a small adjustment. When I release for a cross court, again, I'm coming through like this. If I was hitting more of an angle, it would be much more hand-arm rotation. If I was going deep, like that. And then the forward extension is the same on every swing, unless I'm hitting an extreme angle. Again, it's about 1.5 to 2 feet in front of the left eye with my wrist.
Okay.
Common checkpoint. Unit turn, left arm stretch. Find the hitting arm position, and then your racket comes to contact, and contact for the eastern grip is here. If the grip was more semi-western, it'd be slightly more in front.
Right.
You know, the eastern contact, and then the extension is the critical point where your racket is either coming out with a little more rotation like this, or a little bit less rotation like this. But the extension is still going to be the same on every swing. And it doesn't matter the grip, the extension point will be about the same. And you can see these checkpoints with all the pros. Their wrist comes to about 1.5 feet, depending on how long the arm is, to 2 feet. And see the bend here still. My arm's not straight. There's still the same angle and bend here. The wrist might have released a little more to about a neutral position, or it might still be a little at an angle. Depends on what I'm doing with the ball. But see how far in front I am here.
Right.
So I wrap the finish.
All right. Do that same slow motion swing again, so I can get you from behind. That same.
Ball, right as the ball hit, I'm coming up in the air. The ball hits, I start the unit turn. I'm moving. I square my stance if I'm going to be stepping into the ball. I might be stepping closed. I might be slightly open. Again, I'm not going to be totally open. Really try to avoid that. I do the unit turn. I'm going into a neutral stance here. The racket's back on edge. I'm trying not to close the face too much. So when I get that left arm stretch, that coincides, and the racket being back here, coincides with the ball hitting the ground. Roughly. The ball hits the ground, I'm here. The ball starts coming up into my contact zone. I define the hitting arm position, and I'm pushing off the ground. My weight is clearly more on my right foot. I'm pushing off the ground. My racket finds the hitting arm position and starts shooting forward. This is that ATP stroke. Boom! You can hear the racket swish into the ball, but I'm not moving this. It just lays back and finds the hitting arm position. So you see that? The bend in the bend, the double bend. I'm here, contact, my weight is still down. I'm not like popped out of it. So I'm here, I continue through, and my shoulder will really come in close to my chin. So I'm really looking at that zone longer, focusing on the contact point. And I've reached that point of maximum extension. Okay, now if I do more hand-arm rotation, I'll look more like this. And then, see how the racket's dipping more back? If I do less hand-arm rotation, I'm doing more of a straight-up 45-degree angle drive through the ball. If I'm doing more spin, I'll do more layback in the wrist, more drop in the racket, and then I'll find more coming through. So if I do more spin, I'm going more, If I do less spin, I'm going, it all starts here. I'm either going, the shoulder rotates externally and then rotates internally, or I'm going to go more flat. You understand?
Yeah.
So the shoulder extension and the shoulder, hand, and arm rotation, they start here, and I either do less of it where the racket's on edge. You see that in Del Potro. He does very little hand and arm rotation. He hits a very flat ball, and sometimes Federer, when he warms up, will hit balls very much like this. And the racket will look like it just comes through on edge the whole time. That's when he's warming up. A lot of times he'll hit like that. But when you add more spin, you're going much more into a flip where the racket goes even further back and maybe closes even more. And that would give me, even with an Eastern grip, Federer does that. He's morphs that with an Eastern grip. Whereas like Agassi and Sampras, you never saw Sampras hit a ball like this. He would go back like this, get the racket on edge, and come through completely like that. Or like that on the line. And Sampras never had the racket kind of flip back and close. He never did that. So I wouldn't copy Federer's extreme hand-arm rotation.
One more time from the front, because every time I ask you, you change things. You give me more from different angles.
Yeah.
One more explanation, slow motion, from the front.
From the front, okay.
The unit turn.
What I wouldn't do is anything to copy Fed other than the common checkpoints. Okay, the common checkpoints are the ball comes off the racket, he's doing the unit turn, the left arm's on the racket, the body's turning 45 degrees, and then I let go, and I go into that position. So if the ball's coming to me, I can be right here. If the ball's not coming to me, I'm moving, and then I set the racket back, and I got the left arm stretched. Okay, you can see the shoulders turn past 90 degrees. At that point, the ball's hitting the ground, the racket's back, the left arm stretched, and my racket is on edge, roughly behind my body, elbows behind my torso. But the racket's not back here. So I'm going here, I let the racket head fall into the hitting arm position. It's just gonna fall in. I'm not thinking about doing that. I just watch the ball coming off the ground. I let it fall into the hitting arm position, and the racket will start to come forward. It's a flat drive. So my contact will be about here. Shoulders are about 45 degrees to the net. Left foot, contact point, and then extension.
Right.
What gives the top spin to the shot, because it does have top spin. Even though I'm on edge and I'm coming through with very little hand and arm rotation, I'm not even doing this. There's no windshield wiper here. I'm going, so if I go boom like that, the racket stays on edge. I'm going to go like that, the ball's going to come off the racket like this.
Right.
Even though I'm not turning my hand. If I want to put more spin, I'll get more racket head drop and more hand and arm rotation through the spin. But I'm still going to come out to the same checkpoint.
Okay.
If I'm hitting an extreme angle or a lot, I'll extend less. Okay, where the arm might take off this way.
I noticed that as you come into the hit, as you start your swing from the back, your shoulder comes up, your front shoulder comes up, your back shoulder drops.
If I'm hitting more up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I'm hitting a little more of a drive, that wouldn't be the case. Again, a drive would look more like.
Okay, yeah, that right shoulder or left shoulder is still higher than the right shoulder.
Yes, I'm not going to be like this.
Right, yeah.
If I'm like that, I'm hitting down.
Right, okay.
It's definitely going to have more elevation.
Right.
The more this left arm stays at shoulder level. Now think about it, if the ball was super low, I would look more like that. So again, the low balls, it's very important that anything that's down in this area, you're going to stay down like this.
Right. Okay, great.
When you get balls, Dave, you typically won't react with your feet. So you'll be like that.
Right.
And I need you to, you see the ball off the racket, you're coming out with a split. Nobody in that drill, with the exception of the Simones, actually split step. It's amazing. It's like that nobody's actually pushing off the ground. If you don't push off the ground, you don't create inertia. And then your feet won't move because you're already set.
I notice in the videos that I don't split step when we're doing the drills. Yeah.
At a club level. Nobody does. It's like, all right guys, split step. Got it, ready. You're not ready. If I don't hit it to you, and even if I do, you need to literally push off the ground. Like that. Push off.
I do that. I do when I'm serving volleying. I do the split step as I'm coming in.
If you split step on a return of serve, you'll feel like so much time to move.
Yeah.
So if the split, and I've seen it at the pro level at 400, 500 frames per second. You can see it's with the timing of the toss and the racket head goes down. That's when the player steps up and goes in the air. So when the racket goes into the drop, every time the advanced player goes